Careful.
It's bad enough that there were 12 kids in this movie, but the writer had to have a dog and a frog too. So what are you gonna do? It made my life even more of a nightmare. Fortunately, I had great trainers. Mike Alexander, who was our main on-set trainer, was phenomenal.
Stay.
And rolling.
If I was to write a job description about what it means to be an animal trainer, I'd have to say it's one of the hardest jobs in the world. A lot of times you have a lot working against you. There's a lot going on, a lot of distractions, a lot of movement, people, things, and the animals, trying to get them to focus and concentrate and look exactly where you want them to look when everything else is going on, and there's a million other things going on in the set. It can be tough.
Hey! Tail sticks. Here's your daddy. Stay. Stay. No. Watch him. Stay.
Hey, Gunner. Hey, come on up on the bed, buddy. Come on.
That was good. Good dog.
We took a chance on this movie because there are like the 10 dogs that we've all seen in 30 movies each. They're the go-to, well, that dog's a pro. Hell, you want a pro, you gotta go with Jiminy. Jiminy is on his mark, Jiminy makes his days, or whatever. It's like you speak of them like actors. I really wanted to get away from that, and I wanted a dog that no one had ever seen in a movie before.
Either they already have a preconceived idea of the kind of animal they want, or sometimes they'll call us and say, we want a cute animal for this scene, and what do you recommend? Cheaper by the dozen. The biggest reason they picked the American Bulldogs is they really look like a family dog. At the same time, they're a little bit menacing, and I think that's what they were looking for in the show. They wanted mischievousness, they wanted them, to have a little personality, but be cute, be the family dog, that kind of thing.
Get it. Go get it, please. Atta boy. Good. Good. Gangster, come here. Come on, gang. Atta boy. Come on. Oh, I got your bone.
A lot of times when we do a movie, we like to have two dogs, a team of dogs, to play one character. There's a lot of reasons why we like to do that. One, if there's a lot of running and real active stuff, one of the guys gets tired, and then when it's time to go do the rest of the work, it's really nice to give him a break, let the other guy do some of the work.
Stay. Gang, foot. Stay.
It can be difficult to find a double for a dog. It really becomes difficult when you're using a mutt or a dog we get from the pound or something, because there may not be another one that looks exactly like him. Fortunately, with these dogs, they're purebred dogs, so we can get another dog that looks like him. Now, with these guys, one of them is all white, and then the other one, Gangster, has a brown patch on his back and a brown ear. So we actually had to dye Blitz, the backup dog, the puppy, to match Gangster. There's actually people that specialize in that, dyeing animals and coloring animals for movies. It's a permanent sort of dye, lasts about 3 or 4 weeks. So we had to touch him up a couple times throughout the movie. But when all is said and done, they match pretty darn close. Even I would have a hard time telling them apart.
Now we have to take orders from Hank, the model/actor.
And he hates kids, too. We've got 48 hours. Let's work a plan.
First of all, it must be said, the entire meat-soaking underwear plot was Steve Martin's idea. The kids in the original drafts of the script had this whole takedown of Hank, the model/actor. And it was funny, but it wasn't really original. And one night I'm having dinner with Steve Martin. He goes, you know what? I feel like we can do better. Like, can't the kids be more innovative? Like, I don't know. What if they soak his underwear in meat? And literally, I started laughing at the dinner table, and Steve just kept riffing, and that's now kind of the centerpiece gag of the movie, almost.
Sean was really excited about the scene that Gunner attacks Hank's crotch. He really thought it was a funny, good scene. And so we spent a lot of time working with that. I really started training that from the very beginning. We had 2 dogs that we used for the movie, so I did teach them both to do it, yet I taught them in different ways. Gangster, the older dog, we taught him with a rag or a toy that he really, really liked, and he would grab it and shake it and do a tug of war kind of thing. And we put that on our stunt person that we were prepping with. We put that on their crotch.
We padded up both the stuntman and Ashton, and when they let that dog go, when I said action, and it was like the dog went, it was over. I mean, that dog was like, I mean, it was crazy.
We would encourage him to get it more and more and bite it harder and harder. And after a couple months, boy, when that dog went in to bite the crotch, we actually ended up taking the toy away. He learned to go to the crotch so well and target to that specific point that we ended up taking the toy away. And when he went in, there was no stopping him.
So all the writhing, it ain't acting. It's real. That dog was digging in. And I'm glad to say that no one, neither Ashton nor Stuntman, got injured in the midsection region. But it was gnarly, man, and it made it very, very funny.
Get him, gang. Get him, gang. Out. Gang, out. Good boy. Good boy. Good, Eddie, run.
He was still a safe dog to do it with, though. He knew where he was supposed to go. He was very focused at where he was going to go and bite. He wouldn't wander down and bite anybody's leg. The other dog, the young dog, Blitz, we also trained him to do it, and we did it in a similar way with a toy, but we would also put some food in the toy. So the motivation wasn't just tear the toy apart, it was get the toy and get some food. So the end result was that Blitz did it, but he didn't quite do it with the same enthusiasm that Gangster did. And that actually worked out really good for us because we shot it so many ways and so many angles that we didn't always want the dog to be going with the enthusiasm that Gangster was doing it with.
You're gonna get it, Blitz. 5, 6, 7. You're gonna get it, Blitz.
I'm ready.
You're gonna get it, Blitz. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, Blitz. Blitz, get it. Get it, Blitz. Get it.
While we were training the dogs, part of the training was we would blow a squeaky toy, a squalor that they would use, a hunter might use for hunting, or a bird call, something like that. And that would make the dog really crazy. So when we actually went to shoot this scene, we would give the actor or the stunt guy, depending on who we were doing it with, that noisemaker, and they would blow it, and the dog would just go crazy. But he knew where to go. We had done this so many times that it encouraged him to go towards the crotch, or the other side, the back side too. We did it actually both directions, from the front and from the back.
Please make it stop! Good boy, Blitz.
They're really actually very loving dogs. They're really nice dogs, but when we would walk the dog on the set, you'd watch everybody's hands sort of cover their crotch, and they'd watch him very carefully as we walked by. It was pretty funny.
No mark!
Another thing when I first saw the script was the frog. I read this frog part, and Sean and I had some conversations about what you could get a frog to do, and they had some pretty specific action written in for the frog. And frogs aren't quite like dogs. They're not really trainable. It's more a matter of manipulating them. And they had some pretty good stuff for the frog to do in this show.
The frog kind of does what the frog wants to do. Even when we would like nudge him or blow air on him or say, "Go frog, go!" the frog ain't moving. And so literally you have like huge star Steve Martin, huge star Bonnie Hunt, Tom Welling, Ashton Kutcher, Hilary Duff, all of us there, 120 people waiting for the frog to get in the mood to do anything.
I see the blanket on the left. Yeah, go, Mark.
Oh, no, Froggy. Damn you.
Oh! That was good for another piece.
I had 10 frogs to do the movie, to play the part of one frog. And I had frogs that were great at sitting and staying, and I had frogs that were great jumpers. As far as getting a frog to stay, you really need to have a stay frog. You need to have a frog that wants to stay there. There isn't a magic word to make the frog stay. So I was fortunate enough to get some frogs that really I could put them where the director wanted them, and then they would just stay there. The tough part came in is when the frog was sitting there, and I heard Sean in the other room say, "All right, Mike, now make him jump." So what was I going to do there?
We can yell, right?
I want
Twins, frog's going in the... Okay, just watch him wherever he goes.
Put the frog in, and I'm going to say action right away. You're all just going to...
Go!
To get the frogs to jump, we've tried a lot of things. The compressed air and stomping your feet and clapping your hands and blowing on them and making noise, and some of it works a little bit, but again, it's like the stay frog. You get a good jumper, and that frog really wants to jump. So I put him there, and he's going to stay there for just a few seconds, but I'm pretty confident that he's going to jump just because I know the frog and I know that he's a jumper. Temperature has a big thing to do with it. If it's nice and warm, they're definitely more active. They're amphibians, so they're cold-blooded. The cooler they get, the slower they are, the less movement you'll get out of them. So a nice warm frog jumps. The scene of Dylan's birthday party, we had the snake gag we had to do. When we actually shot that scene, there was all kinds of people running around in chaos, and they wanted the snake to take a very specific path through those people. And that was a bit of a challenge because, like the frogs, snakes aren't really trainable. It's sort of something that it's more of a manipulating thing and learning what the snake does. So we spent some time with that, and it was a little bit of trial and error when we shot that. You know, the snake crawled the wrong direction a few times, slithered the wrong direction a few times.
Wait.
The truth is, I love working with animals. I love working with kids because what you get is the unexpected. And my line of work, that's what you want more than anything, the unexpected. Struggle! Please!